You know the vibes. www.daymcomic.com, DAYMCOMIC.com. Click the link below. Order your comic books right now. They're dropping in a few months. Don't be without one.
What's going on, guys? Antonio here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, and let's get into it. All right, so this is hot off the presses that Jeff Garlin is out on the Goldbergs. There were a couple of press releases I saw, and they made sure to mention that, quote-unquote, Jeff was not fired, and that the two parties sat down with each other and agreed to mutually part ways. So Jeff Garlin saying he wasn't fired. The people at Sony it's saying he wasn't fired. But let's actually break down what happened. There's a article that came out from Vanity Fair. I think it was published on December the 3rd. The reporter is a woman by the name of Maureen Ryan. She, so you can go to vanityfair.com and read some of this. Quick Google search should pull that up. It's not the full article, but it's got a lot of the pertinent information in there. But I guess if you get the actual Vanity Fair magazine, it'll have the entire article. But basically what had happened, there were reports that several people working on the set of the Goldbergs have made HR complaints against Jeff Garlin. Jeff Garlin, of course, stars as Murray Goldberg. He's the male lead. I mean, it's his show. He's also one of the executive producers. So this is one of those things where I was kind of shocked when I saw this, but when those rumors started coming out over the last few months, Maureen reached out to Jeff Garlin and his PR team. And in the article, she says that she was, her initiations to get a statement from Jeff Garlin were being ignored at first. But she said after a couple weeks, she actually heard directly from Jeff Garlin himself. They actually spoke, I think, on the phone for over an hour. So, and remember, this article came out on December the 3rd. This just happened. Okay. But she asked Jeff a lot of questions over the course of a little over an hour. And, he had some things to say. Like I said, it's a good read. Go to vanityfair.com, check it out. But the big thing was there were reports that Jeff Garlin is kind of into telling like bawdy or, kind of frat boy humor while he was working on the set of the Goldbergs, kind of telling raunchy jokes. He also apparently likes to hug people that don't want to be hugged. That was one of the things I thought was weird when I was reading this. It's like that there are a couple people that no longer work on the Goldbergs, and they're, of course, when you don't have a job, when you're not paying people no more, they are very quick to snitch on you. So there were people saying, that he made several of the female staff members, they're like producers, associates, and stuff like that. The script runners, gophers. There were a lot of women working behind the scenes on the set of the Goldberg, and apparently Jeff Garlin likes to use very colorful language that made some of the female staff feel uncomfortable. The Goldbergs is produced by Sony's Pictures and Sony's Television Entertainment or whatever it's called, but Sony. But they have an HR department there. And some of these people decided to going back at least 3 years, they went to Sony's HR department and complained about Jeff Garlin. Jeff Garlin addressed this in his interview with Maureen Ryan. He said that, Sony's HR has been looking at him for like the last 3 years. He was just saying that a lot of the stuff that was being complained about was just jokes and misunderstandings. He's a comedian. He's not trying to hurt anybody. I heard, some of the stuff I was reading, I thought was, he's telling like kind of jokes that you would hear in locker rooms, stuff about female body parts and stuff like that. That, like, I get it, that would make women uncomfortable. There was also an incident with the gentleman that acts as Jeff Garlin's stand-in on the set of the Goldbergs. Apparently, Jeff Garlin said a joke to the stand-in, and the stand-in got offended. And this was also reported to Sony's HR. Jeff did say he apologized to the stand-in, but it was just a joke. He didn't mean any harm. And then he realized that the stand-in did not realize he was joking and kind of got offended by it. And so he apologized. But like I said, that got reported. There's a lot of information. Either way, Jeff Garlin is also on Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's been on Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's also executive producer on Curb Your Enthusiasm. But he's on that. He's not leaving Curb, but apparently it sounded like, reading some of the stuff in the Vanity Fair article, he just kind of got tired of some of the woke PC stuff that was going on. He's like, dude, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm just telling jokes and stuff. And some people got offended. And like you said, he said that he's been dealing with Sony's HR for the last 3 years. He kind of felt like he wasn't sure if, even if he didn't leave the Goldbergs, that this was probably going to be the last season of the Goldberg. I think it's the 8th season. Although there were the ratings aren't what they used to be, but there are possibilities that the show is going to get a nice season pickup. But they were still in the midst of shooting this 8th season, and without any. Well, they said the Sony people came to the set and explained to the actors that Jeff would no longer be a part of the production. The producers or whoever is in charge of making those decisions did come to the Goldberg set and let the other actors know, even though they apparently were in the middle of shooting an episode that Jeff was supposed to be in. And they're just like, look, he's no longer with the show. He's not going to finish this season out. But like I said, they made sure to mention he was not fired and that this was a mutual decision. But it sounds like old cancel culture has unfortunately stricken the set of the Goldbergs. Although, like I said, some of the stuff I was reading, I was like, this is crazy. But it's unfortunate. I like Jeff Garlin, especially. But I watch him. I only watched like a couple of episodes of the Goldbergs, but I watch every single episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. So if you like Jeff Garlin, I would encourage you to continue to support him and watch him on that. Jeff Garlin is also attached to the upcoming Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie movie. It's called Babylon, which I've heard that this movie is going to be incredible. I like Margot Robbie. I like Brad Pitt. I'm big fans of this. So Jeff Garlin is apparently in the new Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie film, Babylon. That was another thing. The unfortunate thing is a couple of the articles, this is all over the place. Like I said, it's in Vanity Fair, it's Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, and a couple of the reporters reached out to both Curb Your Enthusiasm and they reached out to the people working on Babylon to see if Jeff Garlin was going to continue being in both productions. The Curb Your Enthusiasm people did not give a statement, and there were no statements from the Babylon people, at least at this time. The basic thing is, if you watch the way media plays out, when they get you removed from one job, they often go to other people that are giving you work, and they try to get. You see that with Dave Chappelle. That's why some of the movie theaters would not carry his new documentary, because they were like, oh, Dave Chappelle's this and that, and I can't believe if you're supporting his film release, you're a bigot as well, that kind of thing. So they've gone to the people at Curb Your Enthusiasm, they've gone to the people working on Babylon, and they're like, is Jeff Garlin going to continue being in your production? So that's unfortunate, but this is the world we live in today. But I like Jeff Garlin. Sorry to hear that most likely they'll just say he had an accident or something, because they'll have to write him off. That's what the deal is. They're going to have to write him off on the Goldberg, because this was very sudden and was not planned. So if you're watching the Goldbergs this season, expect an episode where he either is going to run off with somebody or he's going to have an unfortunate heart attack or some type of deal. Anyway, that's it. Jeff Garlin out at the Goldbergs. Get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I am out. PlaceTheBets.com, guys. Are you tired of crapping out on sites like Fanduel and Draftkings? Go to PlaceTheBets.com. Set your fantasy lineup. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. They got them all. They'll set your lineup. 30 days is only $1. You can go, you can sign up right now. That 30 days is only $1. PlaceTheBets.com and get that Skrilla. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and please check out my podcast at anchor.fm/AkariPress, or just type in Akari Press on your favorite streaming platform today.